Hello and welcome to 8 different exercises to hopefully prevent leg injury preventions. And between these 8 exercises, we're going to try to learn and memorize a bit about the Planck relation. And participating in the exercises is at your own risk. Let's start directly with a warm-up exercise. We breathe in and we breathe out. And breathe in again and out. Breathe in and out. And the last time in and out. And now we close the legs and we have observed the opening exercise, the warm exercise. And now let's look for the first info snippet to the Planck relation. The first one is the Planck relation is a part of quantum mechanics. So the Planck relation is a part of quantum mechanics. So in quantum mechanics, there is the Planck relation is a part of it. The first exercise. We're standing on one leg, the other leg is in the air with a flexed foot, and we're swinging that leg in the front and to the side. Front and to the side. All 8 exercises are exercises where we stand on just one leg. So the first info snippet. The Planck relation is part of quantum mechanics. And that was already enough for the first leg on the first exercise. Second, the Planck relation is an equation in quantum mechanics. Now with the other leg. Again, foot up, flex foot, and we swing it to the side and in front. So the Planck relation is an equation. And this equation is part of quantum mechanics. So in the area of quantum mechanics, there exists an equation, and this equation is the Planck relation. And that was the first exercise. And now photons exist. So these photons exist. Next exercise, we are again standing on one leg, and the other leg is again with a flexed foot in the air, and we're bringing the foot in front and back, front and back. The Planck relation. The Planck relation is part of quantum mechanics, and the Planck relation is an equation of quantum mechanics. And photons exist. And that was enough for the first leg. Photons have energy called E. Now with the other leg. Again with the leg in front and back. So photons have energy. Photons have energy, and this energy is called E, an uppercase E. So an uppercase E is a symbol of, in this case, of the energy of photons. And it was enough with that leg. The energy of a photon has a frequency. Now we are bringing the leg up. We're bringing one leg up into a right angle, and the foot is flexed. Hips are even aligned, so don't be too high with one hip, but even aligned. And we're bringing the leg out to the outside. And to measure the time, we breathe in. And out again, and then we bring the leg back into the middle and control down. And we do it again. We bring the leg up, right angle, foot flexed, even aligned hips. And the leg to the outside, we breathe in. And out back into the middle and control down. And now on the other side. The leg comes up, right angle, foot flexed, even aligned hips. We bring the leg to the outside and we breathe in. And out back into the middle and control down. And for the second time, up with the leg, right angle, foot flexed. We breathe in. And out back into the middle and control down. So the energy of a photon has a frequency. The photon has energy, and this energy has a frequency. The energy of a photon is in proportion to the frequency of the energy of a photon. So how much energy the photon has is in proportion to the frequency of the energy of the photon. Now we are bringing the leg again up, same setup, and we have it in a right angle, foot flexed, even aligned hips. Now also important to have a straight back, and we're pressing with the hand against the inside of the knee. The Planck relation. The Planck relation exists in quantum mechanics, and the Planck relation is an equation from quantum mechanics. Photons exist, and photons have energy, and energy of photons is called uppercase E. change the leg. The other leg comes up, right ankle, foot flexed, even line hips, straight and tall with the back, and we're pressing against the inside. And how much energy a photon has is in proportion of a frequency this energy has. So how much energy a photon has depends on the frequency the energy of a photon has. And we have done this exercise also. The Planck constant exists. So where is the Planck constant? The Planck constant. And for the last time we set up, bringing the leg up, right ankle, foot flexed, even lined hips, and again tall, and we're pressing with the knee against the upper hand and the side hand. So up and down to the side, up and to the side. We're tall with the back, we have even lined hips, and we're pressing up and to the side, up and to the side. Be tall, even lined hips, foot flexed, the right ankle with the leg, and press to the side, up to the side, up. Stay tall, and a couple more, up to the side, up to the side. And we're done with the first leg. The Planck constant is called h. We're bringing the leg up, again, right ankle, foot flexed, even lined hips, straight and tall, and the knee presses up into the hand, and the knee presses to the side, up to the side. Try to be tall, even lined hips, right angle with the leg, foot flexed, and up and to the side, up and to the side. Try to be tall. So there is the Planck constant, and this Planck constant has the letter h assigned. And a few more, and we are done with this exercise. E is the energy of a photon, so the energy of a photon is E. H is the Planck constant, and V is the frequency of the energy, and V the frequency. So E the energy, H the Planck constant, and V the frequency. Now we're placing one hand on the tummy and one on the lower back, and we're lifting one leg. The leg is straight and the foot is flexed, and we're trying to bring the leg as high as we can. If the muscle cramps, bring it up and point the foot. So we're trying to bring the leg higher and higher. Try to bring the leg higher and control with your hands that you keep with your spine in a neutral position. Don't go back or something, or tilt the pelvic or something. Have a neutral position of spine and try to bring your leg higher. And try to bring it higher. Control that you have with the spine in a neutral position and try to bring it higher. Put effort into it and try to bring it higher. And try to bring it higher. And we're done. We're bringing it up and we're pointing the foot. And over the other leg. Again, straight leg, foot flexed, and we try to bring that leg high. Controlling that we have the spine in neutral position, and we're trying to bring the leg higher. And higher. So the energy of a photon is E, the Planck constant has the letter H, and the frequency V. E, the energy of a photon, H, the Planck constant, and V, the frequency. Try to bring the leg high. And have a neutral position with the spine. And we're done. Pressing up and point the foot. The energy of a photon is the Planck constant multiplied with the frequency of the energy. Now we have the standing leg with the toes pointing to the outside and the other leg with the heel on the ground. And now we are lifting the heel off the ground and placing it again on the ground. So we're lifting the heel off the ground and are placing it again on the ground. Lift it off and on again. And don't do too many here. Don't overwork your muscles. The energy of a photon can be calculated, and the energy of a photon is the Planck constant multiplied with the frequency of the energy. So the energy E is the Planck constant H multiplied with V. Energy E equals Planck constant H multiplied with V. E equals HV. And we're done with that leg. Now with the other leg, just here on the ground, and we're lifting it here off the ground and placing it again on the ground. The Planck relation. Planck relation is part of quantum mechanics, and it's an equation. Photons exist and photons have energy. And the amount of the energy of a photon depends on the frequency of the energy of a photon. And the Planck constant exists, and it's h, and the frequency of the energy of a photon is assigned with v, and the energy of a photon itself is assigned with E. And if we want to know how much the energy of a photon is, so we want to know E, then we must say E equals the Planck constant h multiplied with v, the frequency of the energy of a photon. The Planck relation is important by the photoelectric effect and the black body radiation. So for the photoelectric effect and by the black body radiation, this Planck constant is important. The last exercise. We have a standing leg again, the upper leg has the flexed foot, and we bring the leg with the flexed foot back, and the upper part of the body goes down. And we are trying to go down straight in one line, and we are trying to have a quite tall standing leg to bring the pressure exactly on the biceps femoris. Planck relation. The Planck relation is a part of quantum mechanics, and the Planck relation is an equation from quantum mechanics. And photons exist, and photons have energy, and the energy of photons is called, or named in this case, uppercase E. And the Planck constant exists, and it has the small h, and the frequency of the energy of a photon on the upper leg has the letter V, and the frequency of the energy of a photon and the amount of energy itself are in proportion. So the energy of a photon is in proportion to the frequency of the energy. So you can calculate that the energy of a photon equals the Planck relation multiplied with the frequency of the energy of a photon, and expressed as an equation that is E equals hv. And this formula E equals hv is important for the photoelectric effect and the black body radiation. Photoelectric effect, photoelectric effect. Just a closing exercise. We have the legs standing quite wide apart again, the same as we had the opening exercise, and this is also the opening exercise. And we breathe out again, and breathe in, and out, and in, and out. One last time, in, and out, and breathe in, and out. And this was the leg injury prevention training, which hopefully prevents leg injuries. So the Planck relation. The Planck relation is a part of quantum mechanics, and the Planck relation is an equation from quantum mechanics. Photons exist, and photons have energy, and the energy of photons is assigned with the letter E, the uppercase E, and the Planck relation exists. The Planck constant exists. The Planck constant is h. We're talking about the Planck relation. The Planck relation is a relation between the energy of a photon and the frequency of the energy of a photon. So Planck constant is h. And we can calculate the energy of a photon, uppercase E, by multiplying the Planck constant h with the frequency of the energy of a photon, v. So that the formula is uppercase E equals hv, both lowercase. So uppercase E equals lowercase h multiplied with lowercase v. E equals hv. And this Planck relation is important for the calculating on the things of photoelectric effect and black body radiation. So E equals hv. E energy of a photon, h Planck constant, and the frequency of the energy of a photon. I thank you very much, and until next time.